Welcome to another episode of What If There's a Better Way. I'm your host Leah, and this is another mini session. Today's topic is about generational trauma. And the body is truly magnificent, marvelous. We probably don't realize it, but we do hold so much of our previous generations in us, in the good and in the bad. And they still affect us. I'll give you a few examples. So, there's a study that's I think it's pretty famous on the internet. It's with mice. And they were shocking mice electrically while they were smelling cherry blossoms. And so, of course, the mice started to avoid the cherry blossom. And they would show signs of distress when they were smelling cherry blossoms. Then they had offspring, and the next generation was actually separated, so there wouldn't be any kind of parental teaching from the parents, from the mother and father of mice. And their baby mice, again, just from smelling, without ever having been shocked electrically, they were showing signs of distress just from smelling cherry blossoms. Amazing, right? I don't know how many generations they continue to do it. You can look it up yourself. Another example. They did studies on survivors of the Holocaust. And the generations after them, one or two generations after them, I think, they is what they did the tests on. They were showing higher signs of cortisol. I think it was higher signs of stress in general. Then, another study. I think this is from India, if I remember correctly. India had many famines. And so now people are having enough to eat, but they are having very high rates of diabetes. And so they think it is their body's adaptation from the previous generation's famine. With animals, it is very easy to see because we kind of are maybe sometimes a bit less emotionally involved. And so thinking about breeds and breeding certain characteristics is very obvious, I guess, to most people. Physical characteristics and also psychological characteristic. Think about horses and dogs, for example, or sheep. We want a certain type of wool, or maybe you want more meat, or cows. The same way, our past generations still shape us, and their suffering, their trauma it can, right? It can still affect us. And when we look at our own family, we can probably see that we are maybe exhibiting a lot of traits from maybe more from our father's side or maybe more from our mother's side. And it's very similar. It is very easy to see how similar we are and how you are carrying now still maybe a lot of their pain that they were not able to resolve. But probably they were already doing better than their parents, and things are unraveling and unfolding and healing over the generations. And at some point when you've worked through those things, you can probably acknowledge all of those positive traits that they've given you and how they are carrying you through life.